Moodle course that I designed. It's a module of instruction pertaining to pharmacology. Here's the title page for the whole course as I would design it. Information about the semester and the number of weeks and credits, the instructor's name, weekly office hours, phone and email address, a little bit of information about when the instructor would be available, information about the required textbook and a recommended textbook, and then a little background about the topic of pharmacology. There's a little pop-out that you could click on here to go to this PowerPoint. This is the start of the individual module of instruction that I've designed here. It's about parenteral medication administration, a little bit about the terminology to start. Here's a little link that you can pop out to, just a graphic about one route of administration. Here are the objectives for this particular module, what the student can hope to accomplish. Day 1, a discussion topic that the student can access and participate for credit. The first mode of administration would be the IV route. Here's some information about absorption advantages, barriers to absorption, disadvantages. Here's a little pop-out pertaining to the equipment in IV administration, needles, all of your peripherals, your IV bag, your pump, catheter, extension tubing. Okay. Here is a checklist of the steps involved in IV administration. Okay, so here's a checklist of everything that a nurse would want to perform in administering an IV medication, checking IDs, checking vital signs. Here's a reference to the skills book that I used to come up with this checklist. Okay, then let's see, we've got a video here pertaining to IV medication administration. A selected reading from the textbook. Here's day 2 discussion topic that the students can access for participation and credit. Now we move on to the next topic of IM administration. Little pop-outs here showing angle of injection, needles, syringes, here's a graphic of the sites of injection. Okay, here's some information on the administration via the IM route, the different sites, and explaining what type of equipment to use, what angle to use, advantages of each one. Continuing on to the last topic in this module, which is sub-Q medication administration. Information about the absorption advantages, barriers to absorption with this route of administration. Here are the sites of injection. Here's a little pop-out with a bigger graphic. You can get bigger if you want. You could increase the screen size. Angles of injection, needles, these would be your sub-Q needles for mostly insulin, some syringes. Okay, here's your insulin syringes. And let's see what else we have here. Here is a pop-out for a checklist. Okay, checklist of all the steps that a nurse would want to perform in administering a subcutaneous injection. Here's a reference to the skills book that I use to come up with these skills checklists. Here's another discussion topic for the day. Then there's a quiz here. Okay, we have a preview of this quiz. Correct angle of insertion for a IM. We could go here. Let's see. Let's check that. And I get a immediate feedback. This is a summative quiz that these students could take. Which site tolerates the least volume of medication? It's the deltoid, but let's put something wrong. Okay, so it shows us that that's the incorrect answer. Let's submit the correct answer. Okay, it shows us that we're correct. So this is a 10-question quiz that I put together. And then at the end here, you can have a list of references that students could access to further their knowledge on this topic. Alright, so that's this little teaching module. Over here on the sidebar we have our students. You can access the quiz on this button over here. You could access all of your discussion topics. Students could pick them and participate. Over here on this side I have all my administrative functions for building my Moodle course. And I guess that's it.